Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter, and today I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful embossed soaps. Aren't they pretty? They're really easy too, and I'm going to show you how. And you know what? You could probably even whip some of these up for Christmas in 2 days. But if you're a sane person, you probably won't even watch this video till after Christmas. But I thought, oh, I got some time this morning, and I'm all caught up, so I think I'll make a few more little presents. So this is a melt and pour soap base I use, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Here comes in a container like this from the craft store. I think a container like this is about $10. I used a coupon on it. And then you have these little compartments in there. You just chop apart the soap and you melt it in the microwave. And I melted mine in a, it's starting to skim over it, in a little mason jar, wide mouth mason jar. So now I want to add some embedments, and what I have here is some tea. This is a chamomile mango herb tea, and it's all natural ingredients. It's got chamomile and rose hips and you know, fruit zest and stuff like that. But I found that I really don't like tea that has a floral undertone. So rather than throw it away because it's fine, I am going to dump it right in there and stir it up. Now this soap base that I'm using is an avocado cucumber, and it is a glycerin soap base, I believe, and it's meant for dispersing embedments really well. So the so you can see here all of the embedments are evenly dispersed. And oh, by the way, we're going to use rubber stamps to make our embossed design. Now I want to scent my stuff, and I got this little kit at the craft store. It was $20, and I used a 55% off coupon on it because that was a little rich for my blood, but I was out of scents. Out of scents. I have no scents. Woo! I could have told you that a week ago before I bought this. But I'd had my eye on this for a while, so I decided to get some. So I'm going to add a couple drops of vanilla scent and a couple drops, a drop or two of sandalwood, because I want to make more of a spicier scent. These are for gifts. I prefer more fruity scents myself, but I might end up giving this to my sister, and she likes those more musky scents. Woo! My goodness gracious! And I just scored some. Let's see. Oh, I want to show you. Well, I'll explain that in a minute. I'm just going to stir this up. Now, when you melt your soap base, it'll tell you on the package, but generally, I chopped up about a half a pound into this jar, heated it for a minute, and then did like 15-second increments afterwards, stirring in between. If you cook it for too long, it'll bubble over, and you'll have a mess in your microwave. But if that happens, let it cool and just scrape it off, and you'll be good to go. All right, let me smell that. I haven't done my hair yet. See that craziness? Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, it's a sweatpant day. I'm not going anywhere. Nobody's coming over here. We have an ice storm going on. Power could go out at any moment, folks. It's one of those days. I feel like that needs a little bit more fragrance. That's not very smelly to me. We need some more smells. Let's see. And this is a blending kit, so all these scents are supposed to smell really good together. I wonder how lavender would smell with that. Let me just hold the lavender over. I think it smells... I don't care for that. It smells like... smells a little bit like Old Lady. Let's see. Orchid. Let's try orchid. Let's see what that smells like. And I'm going to put these little rubber stoppers back in. I'm afraid that it might dry out. Oh, I like that. I think that would be nice with my little fragrant combination. Just kind of smell them next to each other. There we go. Ha! It says it's foolproof on the package. We'll see, won't we? Ah! I just shut my little rubber stopper across the room. Yeah, you probably wouldn't, if you're going to do this a lot, you probably wouldn't need to replace those stoppers, but I might not make any more soap until next fall. This is also a really great craft fair item. Alright, let me have a whiff of that in here. Ah, that does smell good. Okay, so what I have here is a soap mold. If you don't have a soap mold, just go in your recycling bin and grab some yogurt cups or milk cartons, anything like that that's fairly smooth on the bottom. Yogurt cups work really well. You want something that's about soap bar size. You don't want anything too huge. You could use a loaf pan too, but not for the embossed thing. And then I just grabbed some rubber stamps. Now you can use a glue stick to stick these into your molds, or like a lot of my stamps have aliens tack it over and over on the back, so I think those will probably be sticky enough just to press in on their own. I've got this heart here. That'll be pretty. That would be a pretty Valentine's soap. Let's see if that's going to stick. I think so. I got this little cat, this little yin-yang cat design there. I did wash my molds before I began. And oh, it's very important that your stamps are really clean. This one had some watercolor crayon in the crevices, and I didn't, I should have stopped and cleaned it out really good, but I just also squirted some oil on that by mistake. This is going to be my soap that I'll have in my bedroom, in my bathroom. But you can kind of see this little bit of pink here, because I remember I used that stamp last time for watercolor crayon, and I didn't get it clean enough. So make sure you clean your stamps really good. Still kind of pretty though, but this will be mine. That's okay. I know a little watercolor crayon's not going to kill me. And for that last one, we can do that. Now, if you don't have anything, these are just unmounted stamps, unmounted dies. You can use a little glue stick if it's not sticking good, which it probably won't unless you, I'm looking for my glue stick here. It probably won't stick unless you have aliens tack it over and over on the back, or if you use a glue stick, then it will be fine. These unlike your yogurt cups, are a little bit concave, so they might be a little bit harder to stick. I think I'm going to have to add some glue stick to that too. These are much more concave than the square ones that I was using. But yogurt cups are absolutely fine, and by using the rubber stamps in the molds, you'll usually get rid of that little recycling symbol that they have on the bottom, so it'll look all professional and very fancy. Alright, Martha Stewart, eat your heart out. Okay, so I'll give this another stir because it was skimming up a little bit. Did you see that? The lights just flickered. I really hope we keep power because it's going to be pitch black down here if we don't. Alright, so I'm just going to pour this into my molds here. You could add colors if you want, but I really like the look of that creamy soap with the embedments in it. But it's all up to you, and you know, how much you want to buy. I think a good rule with scents is when in doubt, leave them out, because if you think that your recipient might be sensitive or allergic to scents, you don't want to have them in there. And you can even add colors like this. Sometimes it's cheaper to buy a kit when you begin a craft or a hobby like soap making, and like these little cool Celtic molds came with a big thing of coloring and a thing of fragrance. And so, and I still have that fragrance, and that was one of the first soap things I ever got. Oh, when you're done, you might notice little bubbles. So what you want to do is take rubbing alcohol, put it in an old spray bottle, and just give it a squirt. And that will, look at that, the bubbles are gone. So there's the other tip: alcohol, rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle. And I'm just going to set this aside. It'll need about an hour to cool. You can speed it up a bit by putting it in your freezer, but don't take it to your freezer till it's firmed up enough. So if I wanted to do some colored soap, let me just add a drop or two. You always want to add your fragrance and your coloring after you have after you've heated it up. Otherwise, your house is going to smell like a, you don't want to know. It's going to smell like a perfume factory there. That's a little more politically correct than the other thing I was going to say. I bet you probably know what I was going to say. It smells like a perfume factory. Now, see, that was just 3 drops. Look how dark that is. I probably shouldn't have used so much. I'm going to put that, yeah, I'll put that in here. This is a pretty mold. Let's see. Yeah, I think I can fill that right to the top. And I have a little excess. Oh, yeah, I kind of overfilled that one. Well, it's not dripping, so I'll just very gently set it aside, and that's gonna be very pretty soap when it's done. And those molds are usable over and over again. Let me set that aside. You're probably getting another glimpse of my undone hair. Alright, so when you're done, you've got some firm soap in here, and what you want to do is flip it over on your table, give it a little push on the back. Really hope these came out good. Let's pop that right in there. Let's see. Okay, this one I used a glue stick on, and I'm just gonna carefully get in there with my fingernail and pull it out, and look at that. We got a cute little bamboo design. All the stamps I'm using today are from About Art Accents. These designs are beautiful for this. Now in this one, it must have come unstuck after I poured it, so what I'm going to do is use a little craft knife to dislodge that. So any sort of rubber stamp that's got a nice bold image, and it should be like one that, if you look at these, see how they're all kind of like a solid image, very bold and very solid. So like your stamp is trimmed out to the shape of your design. Those work best. You could use your clear stamps too with a glue stick, like your craft store ones. That'll work fine too. Really think these ones from About Art Accents are beautiful for this. Okay, now I just want to get this out without making a scratch on my soap if I can. Wow, that soap really got in there. But that's alright. I want you to kind of see how to get yourself out of a predicament if you get into one, like I am here. My fingernails aren't long enough. Ah, here we go. Found purchase here. I might have to neaten that up with my knife when I'm done. Get I'm getting a little green for my fingers. This might be another soap for my personal collection. Oh, get out of there. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to come over to Painting Land and grab my palette knife and see if I can scrape it out with that. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, that's pretty though. Look at that. Wipe off my green fingerprints. Didn't think that one through very well, the playing with the green dye. Actually, I can just kind of smooth this out with my cloth. So your soap container is going to be hot. So if you're not using like a pyrex with a handle, you'll want to probably have a cloth, like a dishcloth that you can carry it around with. I wouldn't throw these in the dishwasher to wash them because if you got this much soap on there, it's going to bubble and it's probably going to make your dishwasher overflow. So wash them by hand. They won't be hard to wash, and your hands will feel so good afterwards because of the glycerin soap. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? And I can trim off if I have any weirdness there. Just trim it off with a palette knife or a craft knife. And then you want to let this probably dry 24 hours before you wrap it up. Then just wrap it up in plain kitchen saran wrap. And then what I did for packaging is, well, I haven't done it yet because I have to let these dry. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see though. See that was pretty? I think they're just gorgeous. And then for packaging, what I did was I took a full sheet of cardstock and I stamped randomly. I have this this is another stamp by About Art Accents, which is a Japanese pear soap ad. And so I stamped that all over the background. Then I stamped some bamboo and I stamped some flowers and some other kanji script. And then I cut the whole sheet out. I was able to cut it out 4 times with my old Sizzix bread tags die cut. And I just love that die cut because I can wrap it up in the saran wrap, tie some jute around it. I'll just use some like burlap jute string, you know, just plain twine, and then I'll just slide that right. I can slide those right over the twine. I can put to or from, or right exactly what the fragrance is, or if, right unscented if it's unscented. So you can put your information on the back of the tags, and it's a great craft fair item because you can do a huge batch at once. So hit your recycling bin, see what you have for little containers. If you don't have the soap molds that I used, the containers will work fine. This soap base can be found at your craft store. I recommend though, if you're going to be doing a lot of soap making or you want to sell it for craft fairs, you'll need to probably get a better price if you go to like thechemistrystore.com. I think it was, gosh, I'm thinking it was either $2.50 a pound or it was £2 for $2.50. You have to pay shipping. Your shipping is based on weight. You can't avoid that, but it's still like half or less than half of what you pay at the craft store. But if you're just getting started, go to the craft store with a coupon and get your supplies, get a few supplies and try it out. I think you'll really enjoy it. Again, the stamps are from About Art Accents. I'll put a link below to www.artneco.com where you can find all of these. And I hope you give it a try and maybe even make a few for Christmas presents. Don't you love the last minute Christmas crafting? And any of the leftovers that you have like on your mold or on your cutting board or whatnot, plop it back in, heat it up, you can reuse it. Totally all right. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'm happy to help you. And until next time, happy crafting.